Gather around the table once again for another session of Dungeons & Drakfu's Happy Tuesday, because today we're here for another edition of Dungeons & Drakfu's. Specifically, last time we took on the Trial of the Champion, the 5-man dungeon that was implemented in patch 3.2, Call of the Crusade. But there was also a raid, and that was Trial of the Crusader, which could be done in 10 and 25 player mode. And this is also the, like I said with Ulduar, there was hard modes that were implemented with the bosses. This is where they decided to try something new, which it basically eventually moved into the normal heroic that we got used to with Icecrown, as well as Cataclysm dungeons. And pretty much from here on. So they tried to actually do Trial of the Crusader and then Trial of the Grand Crusader, which was the heroic version. I'm just gonna, but they don't have the distinction between them anymore. You just kind of set them up as however you want to set them. But yeah, this is usually the time when I go into the lore of it, but as you guys could tell from Trial of the Champion, there isn't a whole lot of lore to go into. We're entering the Crusaders Coliseum to work with the Argent Crusade and the Alliance, or Horde, depending on who you're working with. And basically this is that the Argent Crusade has gathered together a bunch of threats that they want to see how well you do, because we're all trying to prepare for when we storm the gates of Icecrown Citadel. So that's basically what this is we're going to be storming the gates, and Tyrion is making sure that we're all prepared to do that, and the way he decides to have us prove it is through these various challenges. So let's go ahead and step on in. And yeah, I mean, that's kind of the sad part too, is that for people who are expecting lore for this one, there really isn't any that isn't provided in the raid. So here we go. We're just going to go ahead and start things up with the first one, talking to Barrett Ramsey.
How are you?
Welcome, champion. Have you gathered your forces in preparation for the challenges of the Trials of the Crusader? Yes, we are prepared for the challenges ahead of us. Are you ready for the first challenge then? Bring forth the first challenge!
Welcome, champions. You have heard the call of the Argent Crusade, and you have boldly answered. It is here, in the Crusaders' Coliseum, that you will face your greatest challenges. Those of you who survive the rigors of the Coliseum will join the Argent Crusade on its march to Icecrown Citadel. Hailing from the deepest, darkest caverns of the Storm Peaks, Gormak the Impaler. Battle on, heroes.
So the first boss of this raid is actually a
worthy challenges in the Ring of Blood. You waste our time, Paladin.
Thanks, Garrosh. So yeah, the first encounter is actually 3. One of 3. Well, not random. You go through them all, and it's called the Beasts of Northrend. So we're first going to be taking on Gormak the Impaler, which, as you can see, he's not really providing that much of a challenge for me.
Heroes for the Twin Terrors, Acid Maw and Dreadscale. Enter the arena.
Okay, so we see Dreadscale first, but Acid Maw will show up after. Let's go ahead and start things up. Face of Fury! We will take out Dreadscale! Now, unfortunately, they do not have shared health, so now I basically have to bust through Acid Maw as quick as I can. Because once you kill one, the other one, I believe, enrages, as you guys can see. And then here's the third.
With the introduction of our next combatant, Ice Howl.
Oh no!
Be killed, champions.
So it's time for us to either kill or be killed. Can we actually do this? Yes, we can. So here's Ice Howl. He's obviously a ferocious Yeti from Northrend. Face of Fury! Oh, and I got frozen because he's getting ready to do his big attack. Oh, not yet, not just yet. My bad. He actually will throw us to the wall of the arena. Boom! And people might be wondering where the little kobolds came from. They were actually a part of the Gormak encounter. So when you did Gormak, that's when they would show up. Uh-oh, he's looking at me. He's looking at me. But I got out of the way, so it doesn't even matter, and he will die now. Boom!
Menagerie has been vanquished.
We have anything in here that we want? Giant worm egg, probably. So there you go. We have the menagerie has been vanquished, and we have downed the first boss of the Crusader's Coliseum. So first of all, I'm just going to go ahead and make some space for the pet. Dang it. Keep on forgetting to do this, so auto loot. We're just going to turn that off right now. And we're going to get rid of the Frostweave cloth because we don't really want it. There we go. So there's Ice Howl, and now Barrett Ramsey is back, so now we are ready to take on the next challenge. Like I said in the previous video, this is more of a 50-50 kind of thing when it comes to the raid, because people either love this for the fact of what it is, or they hated it because they called it the infamous loot pinata, because you stayed in the same room and all you had to do is fight different boss encounters and then get your loot. But the encounters weren't that difficult, so that was another thing that irritated them. I'm actually in the positive side. I like what the Crusaders Coliseum tried to do, and at least tried to buy us a little bit more time. Plus, I mean, Ulduar was still out there, so there were guilds that were still working on the hard modes for Ulduar. This was just basically something to help them get a gear advantage in there. So I don't necessarily hate it as much as most do. Well done! Your fighting against all those beasts was splendid! I hear the next challenge should be even tougher. What new challenge awaits us? You'll find out soon enough. Are you ready for the next challenge? We are ready!
See you later.
Okay.
Grand Warlock Wilfred Fizzlebang will summon forth your next challenge. Stand by for his entry.
Okay. Can you move a little faster? Yeah, so this is Wilfred Fizzlebang, a Grand Warlock. And he has taken his dang time. Come on, buddy. You can move faster than that.
Thank you, High Lord. Now, challengers, I will begin the ritual of summoning. When I am done, a fearsome Doom Guard will appear. Prepare for oblivion!
So we're going to be facing a demon to help us prepare. Oh, and... oh. Okay. Well, that's a big gate.
Aha!
Oh.
I have done it! Behold the absolute power of Wilfred Fizzlebang, Master Summoner! You are bound to me, demon.
Trifling gnome! Your arrogance will be your undoing!
But I'm in charge here!
Yeah.
Quickly, heroes! Destroy the Demon Lord before it can open a portal to its twisted demonic realm.
So I believe there really isn't any lore on this guy. So people might remember Lord Jaraxxus. He's become a little bit of a meme from Wrath of the Lich King, as kind of like the Thorum one too, of In the Mountains. This guy's got a very meme opening line, and people love it. And actually, quick fun fact, if you play a Warlock in Hearthstone, you can eventually unlock a card for Lord Jaraxxus, where you eventually get to play as him. And if you have, I don't think it's Wilfred Fizzlebang, it's one of the Gnome Warlock ones that you get, he actually will react in the same way that he did with Wilfred. So, yeah, there really isn't much lore here, aside from it's a demon, we gotta stop him before he starts summoning in more demons.
You face Jaraxxus, Eladar Lord of the Burning Legion!
There you go. You got your meme. And from that one line, 1,000 memes were born. And he's almost dead anyway, so it doesn't even matter.
Come forth, sister. Another will take their course. Your world is doomed.
All right, so here's Lord
The loss
Jurassic.
of Wilfred Fizzlebang, while unfortunate, should be a lesson to those of you who dare to dabble in dark magic. Alas, you are victorious, and now must face the next challenge.
Treacherous Alliance dogs. You summon a demon lord against warriors of the Horde? Your deaths will be swift.
The Alliance doesn't need the help of a demon lord to deal with Horde filth. Come, pig.
Yeah, this is obviously
Everyone,
not...
calm down. Compose yourselves. There is no conspiracy at play here. The Warlock acted on his own volition, outside of influences from the Alliance. The tournament must go on.
So yeah, this actually has created a little bit of an incident. Now Garrosh has insulted the Alliance and basically accused them of trying to kill us through Wilfred Fizzlebang's actions. Well, yeah, you guys just need to see how this goes out. So, Barrett Ramsey, that warlock certainly didn't summon a Doomguard. Your next challenge will find you fighting Knights of the Argent Crusade. You think you're up for the challenge? Oh, of course. I love sparring. Well then, I'll give the signal to Tyrion when you're ready to go. Give the signal!
Safe travels.
The next battle will be against the Argent Crusade's most powerful knights. Only by defeating them will you be deemed worthy.
Our honor has been besmirched. They make wild claims and false accusations against us. I demand justice. Allow my champions to fight in place of your knights, Tyrion. We challenge the Horde.
Very well. I will allow it.
Fight for
with
the
honor.
glory of the Alliance, heroes. Honor your king and your people.
Okay, so since Varian has been slighted by Garrosh, he has decided that you will, instead of fighting the Argent Crusade's finest knights, you will be fighting Alliance champions. This is a very unique encounter in the fact that it actually was a PvP-based encounter. I knew a lot of raid leaders that when they would run this, they would just let the best guy in the arena kind of run it, because at that point, they kind of know the priority that you need to take out. I mean, we do have some priorities already. We can see that Melidor Veilstrider is a Restoration Druid, so we probably need to take him out. Villana looks like a Retribution Paladin, so you can kind of see the classes. But yeah, that's the class champions encounter. If you come in for the Alliance, then it's Garrosh has been slighted, and you have to fight champions of the Horde. So let's go ahead and get this started then, because there's really no other way out of it. Boom! This up, Fury! We're just gonna kill off as many of these guys as we possibly can. Oh no, oh crap, Tranquility. Okay, we got one healer down. There's at least 2 or 3 healers in there, so we gotta be careful. Oh no, and Storm Earth and Fire has gone off, but oh! No, I've been feared! Because there's a warlock in there, and now I've been stunned. Now I'm having troubles. And I've been feared again, so now I have to wait. See how this is very much a PvP encounter, because you're already seeing like all the dots going up and all that. Well, let's see if we can at least take out the Shadow Priest. That would at least be something. No. Doesn't look like we're going to be able to do it. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and summon up Zhuan, or Spirit of the White Tiger. See if we can take out as many of these guys as we can. Oh, and this is a Holy Paladin, actually. Well, I should have aimed at her first. There we go. Okay, and we've got a Shaman in here, because I can see a Healing Stream Totem. Face up, Fury! Let's take care of this Hunter. See if we can get a couple of these other guys to show up. I believe that this is a Rogue. Whee! And now we're still facing a Hunter, because we've got pets out there. Sarissa! There's our Shaman. Alright, come here. There we go. Take care of the Healing Stream Totem. And I think that's it. Nope, there's still a mage out, or Grounding Totem. And there's Samul, which we can barely see because the encounter's kind of broken.
Taste of what the future brings. For the Horde!
There we
Shallow
go.
and tragic victory. We are weaker as a whole from the losses suffered today. Who but the Lich King could benefit from such foolishness? Great warriors have lost their lives, and for what? The true threat looms ahead. The Lich King awaits us all in death.
All right, so obviously Tyrion's not happy about this because now we've lost Alliance and Horde lives out of it. Nothing really that we can get for this, but this opens up the next encounter, which we only have 2 left. But this is now the true encounter of the Argent Crusade on whether or not we truly are prepared to invade Icecrown.
Something?
We suffered a lot of casualties when capturing your next challenge. That tough, huh? You better believe it. You're gonna face two of Arthas' most powerful Valkyr lieutenants. Fun fact, you actually would get events in the Argent Tournament grounds of seeing them capture these two Valkyr as well as the Beasts of Northrend. Valkyr, we're ready for them!
See you around.
Only by working together will you overcome the final challenge. From the depths of Icecrown come two of the Scourge's most powerful lieutenants. Fearsome Valkyr, winged harbingers of the Lich King.
Okay, so here comes Adis Darkbane and Fiola Lightbane. And if you didn't see all the essence portals that came up right up next to him, all you have to do is pick one and then you just fight the one that it corresponds to. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick some light essence and let's fight Fiola and Adis.
In the name of our Dark Master, for the Lich
Or actually, maybe it's the crap, it might be the opposite.
will die.
Yeah, I'm doing a lot more damage on her, so my bad. Let's go ahead and take care of Adis. Screw you. Almost dead, almost dead! There we go. Salt and pepper.
Cannot be stopped.
Do you still question the might of the Horde, Paladin? We will take on all comers!
Well, obviously not anymore. So yeah, that's pretty much the tournament. So we don't really have a quest to talk about, so let's go and talk to Barrett and see what he has to say.
What can I do for you?
Splendid! You've proven yourselves as great champions here today. With you fighting alongside the Argent Crusade, victory against the Scourge is inevitable. Your words of praise are appreciated, Coliseum Master! The praise is well deserved. Tyrion will want to praise you himself shortly. Hey, have you noticed it's getting a bit cold all of a sudden? Yeah, that's a bit strange. Oh, okay.
A mighty blow has been dealt to the Lich King. You have proven yourselves as able-bodied champions of the Argent Crusade. Together, we will strike against Icecrown Citadel and destroy what remains of the Scourge. There is no challenge that we cannot face united.
You will have your challenge, Fordring.
Oh no.
Arthas, you are hopelessly outnumbered. Lay down Frostmourne and I will grant you a just death.
The Nerubians built an empire beneath the frozen wastes of Northrend. An empire that you so foolishly built your structures upon.
Oh no! You shattered it! No!
Fallen champions will be mine. Fordring.
So, yeah, we're now down here. That's not good. And I guess we'll just go ahead and make our way to the shore. Well, now we gotta get out of here, so I don't know necessarily how we do this, but yeah, there's an Nerubian structure. That's not good. So what do we have to face? Let's go ahead and step into this room. Oh.
Our guests have arrived, just as the Master promised.
Okay. This is one of those bosses that I love the fact that he got introduced, but I know a lot of people hated the fact that he was. So this is Anub'Arak again. People might remember that in Azul Narub I said there was a huge amount of backlash towards one of the more loved undead characters being put as just simply a 5-man dungeon boss. So as kind of a way to make up for that, Blizzard then implemented in Trial of the Crusader that you would get a last encounter with Anub'Arak. So basically to bring him back and give him more of a raid encounter, which is what people thought he deserved, kind of like Kel'Thuzad got. I actually like this concept. I know a lot of people don't because it's like, oh, you're trying to fix a problem that you made. For me, it actually works because the Scourge is immortal. So it's like, okay, Anub'Arak can be defeated in a Jul Narub, but then he can come back even more powerful in a raid, and therefore is a whole new encounter. So I love the fact that Anub'Arak got brought in. He is the former king of the Nerubians before they were assaulted by the Scourge and killed. He also worked a lot with then King Arthas in the Frozen Throne expansion. You pretty much know the lore there, but as an added bonus, I will put in an extra video in the description below on the story of Anub'Arak, just to bring you guys up to speed. So let's go ahead and take on Anub'Arak, because, well, he is freaking immortal, isn't he? Here we go.
This will serve as your tomb.
Fist of Fury! You can't prove that! I'm already kicking your butt. It doesn't even matter. Boom, boom, boom. And you're dead. Doesn't even matter you send Nerubians after me.
Master.
All right, did we get anything from him? No, I don't have that one. Let's go ahead and grab that. Need a place to put it. Ah, crap. There we go. Take the green cabbage out because I don't need that anymore. The Might of Nerub. And there you go. That is actually it for the Trial of the Crusade. So you would make your way through the Beasts of Northrend, then take on the demon that Wilfred accidentally summons, go through faction champions, then end with Adis and Fiola, but then have to confront Anub'Arak. So that's going to go ahead and do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. When we come back, not next week, but the following week, we will then take on the next patch, the long-awaited Icecrown Citadel in patch 3.3, Fall of the Lich King. We'll see you guys then.